Now Schneider back into the 50, and that man Gilbert's got himself loose and taken the first of his marks for the night, but gives it up, and Westhoff should be able to go all the way here, and he misses. He's been watching the Adelaide Crows.
Brogan works his way to the front. Oh, nice clean hands from Del Santo as he goes to half forward. Gwilt playing in front. Again, front and centre was a St Kilda player, and Goddard. Magnificent handball to Schneider, who has a bounce and has two and should goal. And what a handball from Brendan Goddard. Sensational. Back to Pearce. As St Kilda get numbers back. Pearce uses his pace. Now on the left boot. It's a good kick from 55. Oh, magnificent kick.
That's 5 marks they've had since that free kick.
Fisher. Kick is intercepted by Salopek. Now here we go on the rebound.
Yeah, fantastic play by Port Adelaide.
Tiger. And that's a good-looking kick. He's good for a set shot, and he's nailed it. No, he's missed it. Corns kick's not all that flash, but it comes off. Carr to Kane Corns. Well-weighted handball to Salopek. Now Roden, who's working his way into the game, to half forward. Beautiful delivery to Ebert. Brett Ebert converting at 56% this season. Another miss. So Kazitsky, who's just come back on, sweeps the handball to Blake. He goes short. Over the top. Here's an opportunity for the Saints. Geary into the goal square, and Schneider will kick an easy one.
Needed to hang on to that. Lets in Del Santo. St Kilda dangerous now. They're storming forward. Eddie chose the right option in Fisher. As a forward last week, didn't do a lot. He might kick a goal here from outside 50. He sinks it. The Saints have their third. That doesn't help. Goddard for the Saints. Schneider, but first there is Chad Corns. Schneider's tackle was firm. Westhoff receives, touched off the boot. Schultz, Roden, both former Tigers. Tackle adjudged high. Roden's free. Might have been an element of sympathy in that decision. It looked a little fortunate. Nothing fortunate about the kick. It's ramrod straight. The Power have their first.
Well, 12 and a half minutes into this second quarter, and St Kilda's kicked one behind.
Pearce off to Hartlett. Good kick. So they work it into the middle. Roden again. This is a nice build-up from Port Adelaide. That's their best passage of play for the match. And Ebert will go back and have a shot from right on 50.
Hartlett, 2 involvements in that link. He looks a good young player.
He's a nice mover, isn't he?
He is indeed. And I think if you could have said to Mark Williams, this is the style of play that we want to bring to the game tonight against St Kilda, he would get this at half-time and say, keep taking a risk, guys. We'll turn it over sometimes, use it by foot, use it through the corridor, take this zone on. Our forwards are good enough against their defenders if we give them enough opportunity.
So the second opportunity for the night for Brett Ebert. That's a better-looking kick. Port Adelaide gets it second. Gardner sweeps it into the middle. Here's Fisher. He's got Eddie on it. He can get there. Just missed it. Oh, the bounce. There's a lucky one for the Saints. Kazitsky fires it out to McQualter, who misses. The switch is back on. He decides to go into the corridor instead, and Roden takes the mark. Plays on to Westhoff. Westhoff to half forward. Mark taken by Boak. Roden keeps on running. Boak sells the dummy and delivers beautifully to Ebert. From 45. He's kicked 1 goal, 1 so far tonight.
Jones, Montagna, Goddard,
great play.
Felt the heat coming and did it beautifully to Schneider. He goes for the unguarded goal, and he got the perfect bounce for his third, and the Saints stretch the lead.
So clever by Brendan Goddard there not to take possession. Knew if he took possession he'd be tackled, and then the awareness of Schneider to know that there was an open goal. The long drop punt, he needed to get the ball to kick on as it did, but 2 smart players, Schneider and Goddard, responsible for that goal.
King to Montagna. He tries to get it to Hayes, who was dispossessed. Pearce. Now Roden again. Puts the head down and goes for it. Hartlett. That's a beautiful kick. That is a magnificent pass to Ebert. Lace out. Another miss.
Costly misses by Port and the Saints.
Boak kicks to the hot spot. In the end, the fist came from Fisher. Roden, he still keeps it alive. Again, kicks to the hot spot. Oh, it's a mark. Did it travel at 10? Umpire said yes. And surely Schultz could not miss from here. He's a good set shot. And this is just what the doctor ordered for Port Adelaide. And well done by David Roden. Just persevered there.
Yeah, two ex-Richmond players. And look at the strength of him. He's really hard to tackle and bring down. And he has hooked that ball back on the left boot perfectly.
Everyone missed it.
So Schultz kicks the goal. 3 points the difference. Third man up was Goddard. Here's Montagna. Punched out the handball to Kazitsky to Gwilt on his right side, which is his left. He floats it, and it's actually a goal.
That ball just hung in the air.
When it's all looked pretty unlikely. Hartlett to Thomas for Port Adelaide. That's dangerous. Del Santo not able to accept the mark. Goddard doing some important inside stuff. Jones, though, was buried and dispossessed. Boak to Carr. Same fate him. Peake got him from behind. Boak, Cassisi. And now Salopek into the 50 for Port. Treadray had front position. There was a hold, and the veteran has it, and he can go back and line them up. Played more games, kicked more goals than anyone else at the club. Captained them to their only premiership. And he kicks a goal to level the scores. Only going to become more difficult in these conditions. And this is a desperately tight game. King edging Brogan under it. Montagna pulled off the kick. Eddie stealing Boak's hand pass to Jones and back to Eddie. Swinging it forward in the Goddard direction. Milne. Oh, that was clever.
Oh. Goal of the century.
He has found a way.
That's ridiculous.
He hadn't made a mark on the match, but suddenly, in a magical moment, Stephen Milne has put the Saints back in front.
What do you reckon, Luke?
I don't think I've seen better ever.
And it went straight through the middle. It split the centre. He knew what he was about. That's incredible.
Just genius, isn't it? I mean, look at the rain coming down. And I'm with you, Rob. All intent. He knew exactly what he was trying to do, and he does things like that too often to underestimate just how good it is.
Try to break the lines, because if they just keep moving it slowly and kicking it to contest, that's up the Saints' alley.
That's a good kick.
That's the one.
That's what you're talking about, Luke, isn't it?
Absolutely, and it opens it up, and that's exactly what they haven't done for 10 minutes. They take one risky kick through the corridor. That takes courage to do that, because if it turns over, everyone looks at you and says, you've mucked it up. He did it, opened up the outside 50, and
Do you reckon coaching doesn't stress you?
Isn't it amazing when Dean Laidley's the calm-looking presence in the box?
Salopek's kick was a beauty. It's found Ebert, who's having the shot for goal. And Ebert has kicked 1 goal, 3 tonight. Most of them have been gettable. 1 goal, 4.
Too close to the man on the mark, I fancy there.
Saints
Look at Dean, he's so tranquil, so serene.
That's because his neck's not on the block.
Hold up again. Lenny Hayes goes long but doesn't go very accurately, and Chaplin and Carlisle combine yet again. Now Kane Corns and the little Davers to Ebert. But his kicking boots have let him down a number of times tonight, and he's a long way out. Bit of right to left breeze, you'd think. He starts it right, and it has just the right shape and scores a level.
Little handballs on here over the top, and that's what happens. Stewart now to Thomas, to Westhoff, just gets the kick to half forward. Ebert will get there first. Hard one to control, but he did it brilliantly to Pearce. He'll get the old 1-2 here. Oh, Pearce has got Schultz on. Schultz can mark and go. Should play on. No, he's going to go back and have the shot.
brilliant play from Brett Ebert. It was a half volley. He had 4 opponents around him. He just said, I'm going to win this footy no matter what. Charged at it. Managed to gather. Look at this. Brilliant stuff. He's surrounded by opponents. Clean little handball out. And what had happened is it drew all the defenders up. Suddenly there's space out the back. Easy opportunity for Schultz.
Last time they were in front of this match was the 4-minute mark of the first quarter. Schultz kicks the goal. Gardner barrels into young Lobe. Lobe got the tap to Cassisi. Thomas to Carr. Brilliantly back to Thomas. Now Corns to Pearce.
They're through the zone here, quarters, which means they've got space if they can keep going.
Stewart back to Pearce, who puts the foot on the gas, touches the ball on the turf. Now to Chad Corns. Has a bounce. Not much on offer, so he's got to double back. Try and maintain possession. Gives it back to Pearce. Kicks towards Roden and finds him. He's got Ebert on short.
He's got Hartlett as well on his own if he goes longer.
He kicks long. Westhoff in front. They got the extra man here. Trent Ray will put Port Adelaide in front by 11.
Gilbert's gone to full forward.
There it is. The horror. The Port Adelaide horror in Geelong last week has been erased from the memory. And they have scored a brilliant win against the Saints to come home by 10 points.